Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, coming to you live from Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. Federal government changes strategy, orders university lecturers back to the classroom before December the 4th, 2013. Lecturers fire back, say the order sounds military and won't be accepted. All Progressives Congress storms INEC headquarters in Abuja to protest alleged malpractices in Anambra elections. And China sends warplanes to newly declared air defense zone in East China. A quick reminder to you that all our top stories are on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. To get us on the move, please visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. And you can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. Of course, if you want to be part of the news, you can interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android and Windows 8 platforms. So if you have a picture or video to share with us, all you need to do is download the Channels TV Android app on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and then follow the instructions to share your reports, pictures, and videos. We take a look at politics now, and some leaders of the All Progressive Congress have staged a protest in Abuja calling for the entire cancellation of the November the 16th Anambra State governorship election. The protesters made their way to the office of the Independent National Electoral Commission, where they confronted security officers guarding the national headquarters. Speaking to journalists outside the commission's office, some of the party leaders accused INEC of bias.
They started gathering as early as 9 a.m. in the morning. About 3 hours later, they began the protest march.
Well, here I am now where the march has begun from the center of Abuja, and you can see here party chieftains are moving already in a truck. They're getting ready and moving slowly and steadily towards the Independent National Electoral Commission, where they plan, they say, to drop a letter.
As the procession made its way through traffic, some of those passing by gave their support.
100% in support. We are talking about the way forward for Nigeria, and the way forward is not for election fraud to continue. So henceforth, election fraud must be stopped.
On the protest,
Jaga must go. It's a perfect rally. This rally is so perfect.
The procession eventually arrived at the national headquarters of the electoral umpire, where security officers were patiently waiting. When it became clear they won't be allowed through the barricade, the party leaders used the chance to speak to journalists.
The letter is our protest against the rigging of Anambra elections. It's against the rigging of Delta senatorial election. It's against the rigging of Oguta House of Assembly election.
We are here mainly to give letter to INEC on our representations of the four-way elections in Anambra are conducted, and are demanding cancelling the election totally and putting another date to the election. The guy cannot manage the people. He should resign immediately. No one will accept this resign from him. We've engaged him enough with excuses. We are no more taking it.
The party said they have dropped their letter of protest to be delivered to the commission. That done, they walked off with solidarity songs. When contacted, spokesman to the chairman of the electoral body, Kayode Idowu, said the commission had no comment. Lanre Lasese, Channels Television News.
Well, the announcement of a supplementary election in Anambra State, according to INEC, was meant to douse the tension created by the process. Instead, 3 major political parties that participated announced that they are boycotting the exercise. It's now 2 days to the election, and on our big story tonight, we take a look at the Saturday election and its impact on future ones. Our political correspondent Seun Okinbalue reports.
Instant noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
With the level of campaign excitement that ran the air during the Anambra governorship election, it was certainly an election of utmost importance to the people of the state on one hand, the umpire on the other hand, as it's an election before 2015. Considering the magnitude of expectations for the polls, turnout of voters was far from impressive. Of the 1,784,536 registered voters, only 429,549 were number of votes cast. That's just 24% of the entire voting population. This appears to be the trend in Nigerian elections. For several years, the mention of elections in Nigeria paints a bleak picture. Since Professor Jega took over at INEC, the rescue of the integrity of election has been a daily battle. One major aspect of the election that's so vulnerable is the voters' register. In Anambra State, the election evil appeared to be on the prowl again, as several complaints trailed the transparency and validity of the voters' register. But INEC seems prepared to make a difference in Saturday's supplementary election.
We have, as much as we can, and at least we have done all we can, and I think we've done well in ensuring that the lapses that manifested themselves in the last election will not occur again.
The decision to conduct a supplementary election was widely rejected by some participating political parties, especially by some of the contending parties who saw that their chances are slim. 3 of them have vowed to boycott the process, but what are the implications with just a few hours to the poll?
This issue of a supplementary election is not alien to Nigeria. Probably it is not specified in the Constitution and the Electoral Act.
Somebody says boycotting the election. I don't see you forcing him to go to participate in that election. It's a free word, but it doesn't invalidate the election.
113,113 votes are up for contest on Saturday across 16 local governments, with Idemili North having 160 polling units in a total of 210 polling units, and Onisha South local government with 17. It may not be a statewide exercise, but INEC sensitization and mobilization ahead of Saturday comes under criticism.
I have not personally seen where the names of the polling units involved in the supplementary election have been published. I expected that by now publications about them would have been made so that people will know which units are affected and all that. So there might be some confusion.
The fortunes of Anambra State is tied to the polls, as it will determine the shape of leadership for the next 4 years. What may be imagined is how much has been learned from the experiences of the entire process in the Anambra governorship election. With pockets of governorship election to happen in 2014 and ultimately the 2015 polls, we all will be waiting to see just how far we have come as a nation as we strive to develop our democracy. For the big story, I'm Sheung Wakimbaloe, reporting for Channels Television News.
Indomie instant noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Meanwhile, scores of members and supporters of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Rivers State also took to major streets of Port Harcourt, Rivers State capital, yesterday to celebrate the exit of Governor Chibuike Amechi from the party. The party faithful carried placards with varying inscriptions congratulating the PDP leadership for putting an end to the crisis in their party in the state, which they claimed was occasioned by the Governor Amechi's political ambition. The special advisor on media to the state's chairman of the PDP in the state, Mr. Jerry Inidam, pointed out in a press statement that the march by the party members is a demonstration of the people's unflinching faith in the PDP. The party commended the understanding and orderly conduct exhibited by the supporters, describing the governor's action of pulling out of the PDP as a blunder on his part and welcome development for the party. Away from politics now, 51 billion naira. That's the amount the Lagos state government requires to effectively tackle the challenge of insecurity in the state. Well, this was the position of the state governor, Babatunde Fashola, at the 7th Town Hall meeting on security in Lagos, with the theme, Sustaining Local Responses to Rising National Security Challenges. He said if more people contribute to the state's security trust fund and the federal government invests more in that area, insecurity will be effectively tackled.
Concerns over the growing threats to security in the country is mounting, with countless fora organized to identify root causes and prescribe solutions. A state like Lagos at all times seeks ways of confronting this threat. The 7th Town Hall meeting of the State on Security provides another opportunity to map out strategies.
If we had to patrol every street in Lagos, where we have a minimum of about 10,001, we will require at least 45 billion naira to put one patrol vehicle on every street. No matter how little your contribution, I assure you that it will always inspire us to continue this journey to rid the community of criminals.
The contribution to the trust fund has yielded results so far. According to the State Commissioner of Police, from November 2012 to October 2013, 472 robbers have been arrested, 390 arms and 16,034 ammunition recovered, and also 919 vehicles recovered. But with the Lagos state government intervention in equipping the police, they are still faced with challenges.
We have little or none of them, and this has contributed to a large extent in the cases of fatality of the side of police, sometimes put encounters to men of the underworld. The consultation has improved the introduction of borders and audio communication, however, more effective Wi-Fi coverage has made to build more computer stations, 21 communication system with the connected software.
And on a light note, at the end of the meeting, 37 police officers were presented with awards for their act of leadership and bravery in fighting crime in the state. But the state government wants more people to contribute to the trust fund.
The presidency says it is partnering with states in the northeast geopolitical zone of the country ravaged by the Boko Haram insurgency with a view to formulating and implementing economic measures that will improve the living conditions of the people. Well, for this reason, a presidential committee under the Northeast Redevelopment Team is currently in Yobe State for a discussion with the state government on areas of needs. According to the committee, which is led by the Special Assistant on Economic Intelligence Matters, Professor Soji Adilaja, the presidency is desirous of improving the economic situation of the troubled region. Professor Adilaja added that the continuous attacks by the radical sect Boko Haram have adversely affected the economy of the entire zone, hence the need for immediate action to improve the well-being of the residents of the affected states. Now, former Niger Delta militant leader Asari Dokubo has regained his freedom from the government of Benin Republic. However, there are developments arising from this release, as some have alleged that he was flown in a presidential jet back to Nigeria. This has irked the presidency, as the special advisor to the president on media, Dr. Ruben Abati, denies the allegation, calling it an attempt by some people to package lies as truth. He, however, challenged anyone with details of the flight that allegedly brought Mr. Dokubo to Abuja to come up with it. Mr. Dokubo was arrested in Benin Republic yesterday and no reason was given.
Of members of the Presidential Committee for the Subsidiary Investment and Empowerment Program convened to
The pioneer chairman of the Subsidy Reinvestment and Empowerment Program, SHOPE, Dr. Christopher Kolade, has explained that he resigned as the chairman of the scheme on health grounds. Dr. Kolade, who will be turning 81 in a few weeks, told journalists in Abuja that his resignation was based on the advice to withdraw from energy tasking activities. He said speculations that he resigned as a result of allegations of misappropriation of funds in the Shopee program are untrue.
A meeting of members of the Presidential Committee for the Subsidiary Investment and Empowerment Program convened to review projects in the past month, make projections for the coming month, and give the media updates on the journey so far. Several controversial issues that have made headlines in recent weeks were addressed by the committee, among which was the cause of the chairman's sudden resignation.
I must begin to wind down those activities of mine that take a lot of time and energy. And so I explained in the letter that having done this now for about 2 years, within the next month I'm going to be 81, and I think, I don't have the same energy as I used to have, so I'm giving up some of the activities that take a lot of effort.
Other issues which the committee addressed were the status of the Abuja-Lokoja Road, which the committee said would be completed by December 2014, and the allegations of a missing 500 billion naira Shopee fund, a rumor which the chairman blamed on mischief makers.
To write an editorial on a rumor that is false is a waste of editorial energy. It means you have betrayed your readers. And please, you can quote me. Because, you see, this whole business, whether it is Shopee or government or media, we are all trying to get to a better Nigeria.
Moving forward, Dr. Kolade, who says he will not sit as Shopee boss beyond November 31st, said he looks towards a time when Shopee will be integrated into government day-to-day function instead of being a perpetual intervention program. He, however, says success will depend on proper and efficient execution of projects. Omelogo Nadi, Channels Television News.
When the news at 10 returns, Arco Petrochemical Engineering Company to pay shareholders 1.7 billion naira for 2013, and the federal government flags off phase 2 of marginal field licensing. That's on Business News. Do join us again.